Oi, Real Pro, presented by Corona. We're in heat number 6 with current world champ John Florence going against Miguel Pupo and the trials winner, young Brazilian phenom, Yago Dora. Kaipogaro, along with 89 world champ Martin Potter for the call, and look at how beautiful that landscape is.
Absolutely amazing. You know, just the mountains here, the beaches, it's such a beautiful place. And then matched by the passion of the people. I mean, it's crazy.
John Florence on the replay pots.
Yeah, well, this is wave number 1 while we're at the break. John on his backhand, and we said, what's he going to do? Well, he's going to light it up no matter which way he goes. You know, he's probably one of the best at surfing tricky conditions. I like a bit of color on the boards these days. I mean, let's get away from the white boards and put some flash into it.
Well, here we go, slicing through an opening turn. Maybe a double up section here for John. Staying very patient on this wave number 2 for himself. He opened up with a 6.5. Let's see what he has on the inside here. Just good, solid surfing from John Florence to back up that 6.5 pots.
That was a little bit of flash of Margaret River with that first turn right there, just laying into that big arcing maneuver. And if you go back and watch that surfing that John produced in Margaret River, was untouchable by anyone. I don't think anyone would have come even close. I think he comboed everyone from round 3 onwards. Let's have a look here. This first turn off the bottom and just drives off the top there. He's got that down pat. Now he just bides his time and waits for the little inside section, making sure that he's in the right place at the right time. And finishes off nicely. So John putting a nice little wave together there. Big solid turn out the back and finishing strong. So I think these guys are going to be in a combo situation. Here's another angle from John. That first turn just looks so casual, which is nice. I mean, you see a lot of guys trying to force the issue, and I think this is the kind of wave where you've got to almost just let the wave dictate the pace of play and sort of react as that wave stands up. I think if you try and predict a maneuver before that sort of it occurs, I think you're going to come unstuck. So John just letting the wave dictate his pace of play and reacting accordingly. Perfect surfing from him. I don't think anyone really has an advantage. I don't think there's any local knowledge really that comes into play. I think the luck factor is increased. I think it's just, you know, being at the right place at the right time.
Here we go. Miggy, how was that opening turn? Stabs the lip, a little bit of fin throw. Around again, just nice pace and tempo throughout this entire wave, finishes it off. So there you go. John on the answer back. Huge slash off the top, grinds off the bottom and pops the clutch right there, releasing the tail, stabs it through the lip one more time. John on a roll himself. So great exchange between Miguel Pupo and John Florence.
He's got his 2 waves under his belt. Now he just needs to try and better that second score every time he's up and riding. This first turn just jams it in, cuts it short, and then drives off this next turn. I love that. Just lay back snap under the lip there, gets covered up. So John shown some different point of view and just some different moves, which I love. I mean, he had fully attacked that wave and there was a lot more intensity. That's for sure. Miguel Pupo, just a searing opening maneuver. Look how smooth and clean this wave is. I mean, there's normally a lot of lump and bump and that backwash, but nothing on this occasion. And Miguel Pupo just having his way with that wave. What a good way to start.
A studied eye out on the water. Here we go. This is the first we're going to see of our trials winner, Yago Dora. Exciting goofy foot. Dora sweeps through his opening turn, sweeps another turn, cuts it a little shorter, winds up, throws the air, and gets eaten up by the explosion on the bottom.
Definitely showed a lot more intensity on that last wave. Let's have a look at Yago's wave. Clean sort of set-up turn for him. Another sort of set-up turn. Why? Because he saw the section and goes for it. Just didn't quite get the spin, you know, didn't quite get that rotation happening, and unfortunately not completing that ride. So back to the drawing board for the wildcard.
20 years old from Florianópolis, Brazil, Yago Dora. He's got the nickname, the Skinny Goat.
Say that again?
He's got one of the best nicknames, Pots. I'll tell you right now. You got a great nickname, Pots, but what about the Skinny Goat?
Skinny Goat, that's sensational.
Here we go at Miggy. That's nickname for Miguel Pupo. Good looking right, and a nice hook off the top from Miguel Pupo. And just comes unstuck. He was building so much momentum through that wave, Pots.
Let's have a look at Mickey's wave. Look how clean this is. Beautiful opening snap. Draws off the bottom. This thing just standing up for him. And again, just carving. Another nice turn, and then just goes a little bit too hard. And that board ran away from him. I think he was expecting a little bit more resistance from the whitewater. It didn't produce it.
One of the most dominating performances on the men's side of the tour. It's stop number 2, and here we go with more. John Florence, what's he got for us here? To the lip, and gets bucked off of that one.
Bit of a back slam right there.
We've seen that, as well as another story that we have on the championship tour is an exciting rookie class, but we'll get back to that as we have live action with Yago Dora. Let's see what the goat's got on this one. The skinny goat. Not the greatest of all time. He's on his way there with surfing like that, however, punched the whitewater on that oncoming section with a layback to finish off. So we'll see. That should get him out of combination position. And we'll wait on the last score for white, Yago Dora.
Yeah, I mean, he only needed a small score to get him out of combo, something around about the 5-point range. But really what he's looking for is 7s or 8s, especially if he's going to have to compete against John, the yellow jersey, the reigning world champion, the defending champ here. But great surfing from Yago. I'm impressed with this kid. Look at that right there, very mature approach. Maybe just rattled a little bit because he's got John, and again right there, that slashing maneuver to finish off. He's back, he's in the heat, and let's see if the confidence level rises for him.
If you fall off, it obviously makes your score not as good as it was going to be, generally, because we'll just watch here for Yago.
Yago Dora hucks it, lands, and just unable to get out in front of the whitewater. Tweaked out. Love the innovation there, but incomplete. So Richie, right now in the heat, an 8.17. That's the highest single wave score of the day for John. What's it going to take to get, into the 9 range today?
Well, it just, hang on, we'll just watch wide again.
We're going to watch Yago take another swing at it, building up down the line, and he hucks another one. This time lands it. And he's feeling it as we are. That was an incredible backhand rotation. We saw him huck it the first time, a little bit on the wave back, and came back and swung for the fence. We're going to let Richie digest that.
You were just asking a question, so here comes your answer. We're just going to have a little check of the replay here, but it is an amazing, there's no doubt, but we're still not right to that very top part of the aerial surfing, but this is pretty darn good. You got to agree.
I mean, just the landing, also, not stumbling, coming out nice and clean has a big part of the score, Richie.
Yeah, and it's all about, it's a good section that he does it over. He's technically really, really well done on this wave, and he lands it well. So we're just watching John here at the minute.
John on the answer back comes incomplete on his little fin throw rotation.
And we're going to be pretty excited. I think we're going to hear a big cheer from the crowd. Let's have a look again. Just setting it up, and then just goes for broke, connecting perfectly, inverted, rotated perfectly, and lands on a soft cushion, and just stands up nice and clean and says, "Come on, crowd, give it to me." Scores dropping. Oh.
Scores dropping. It's a 9.27, a 9.30 was his need to take the lead off of John Florence. 0.03 of a point under for Yago Dora.
Well, Yago Dora now, he's got himself right back in the mix, and he's only needing a 5.40, so here we go.
Here's John. He's going to want to extend his lead to feel safe. He's got 6.5 to get rid of. Chops the lip there. And little facey through here. He's going to stick with it, hoping for something on the inside. You can see some of that bounce. We'll see what kind of opportunity is going to rise for John. Throws the fins into a reverse, pokes the nose on the bottom, and goes incomplete. So we'll see if that improves upon his 6.5. That was the mission right there. What do you think, Potts?
No, I don't think so. I think the 6.5 is still a better wave. Yeah. But you know what? He doesn't need anything sort of special. He took off on a closeout before and got a 9.2. Here he goes.
Gets through that bounce on the entry here on the wave, snaps it, and the second bounce takes a hold of him, bucks him off. That's going to be it for Yago.
felt that he was completely out of the heat, so he just went for it, managing to get that 9.27. Now he's got that feeling, I'm back in the heat, and so things have got a little tighter.
And had to throw the board away there. John, alley-oop, and incomplete. So we're going to count this heat out, and John Florence is going to make his way to round number 3. Yago Dora and Miguel Pupo both relinquished to round number 2.
Yeah, that was, I'll tell you what, a little nervous moment there for John, but surfed a good heat. And an 8.17, 6.50, enough to keep Miguel Pupo and Yago at bay. So through to the next round.